Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what gear I use for my underwater photos and videos. I looked over here because I have it set up right here. So first up is the 5D Mark IV. I'm still using this for all my underwater content. Dual pixel autofocus is amazing for video. Almost never has to hunt when it's down there. I say almost never because a lot of times there are particles in the water that pull focus away from whatever the subject is. So if it's a murky day out there, then the camera just hunts for days. It hunts like it's trying to catch dinner. I have this paired with the 16-35 f4 version. I had the f2.8, but because it's not stabilized and there's so much movement underwater, it makes it very difficult to get smooth video, even when you're applying warp stabilizer and all the other stabilizing goodies. When I'm taking photos, I almost always use this in high-speed continuous. It's nice to be able to just get a burst range of like 12 shots that capture the entire movement of whatever. It's really hard to pose people underwater because the currents are so frequently just moving them around. So my best chance of getting the type of shot I want is to just burst and hopefully catch it. Also, you can take the bursts and turn them into little GIFs or boomerangs, which are pretty fun too. Next is the housing. I am using an Icolite housing for the Mark IV, which is a monster of a housing out of the water. I chose this housing over some of the other options because it is rated to 200 feet. Also, because it's one of the only ones I've seen that gives me full manual control over all of my settings. One of the other options that a lot of the photographers here in Hawaii use are Aquatech housings, but those are only rated to 33 feet. And since me and my friends do a lot of free diving, it's necessary to have a housing that goes at least 100 feet. It's super heavy. It's probably, I want to say like 7 pounds just to carry around. This is without the camera in it. Once you throw the camera in, it's probably closer to 10. I have a little knob that I can either set up to focus or to zoom, and I usually have it set to zoom because I like to go from 20 to 35 range. What else? I also like the ergonomics of focusing and shooting. I have my camera set to back button focus, which means on the back of the camera here, there's this little AF button, and there it is. So the camera is only focusing when I'm pressing the AF button. I think that makes sense. If not, I might have to voice over. Man, it gets so hot in here. One of the other reasons I chose this housing over some of the competition is this right here. This is a leak detector, and it also allows me to pressurize the housing. So with a lot of housings, you put your camera inside and then you just close it with these clasps here. But this one allows me to take what's basically a bicycle pump and pressurize the inside of the house. So even if these dual locking clasps come undone while I'm underwater, the back of the housing still will not come off because of the suction inside. Oh man, that was hard. Ah, come on. Lastly is the Osmo Action. I use this little guy as a means of just getting extra video if I want to focus on photos, or if a pod of dolphins is going by, I don't have to choose between photo or video. I can get both at the same time. One of the other reasons I like this camera is the front screen. So if I hold the side button, it switches to this front screen, and I can just flip the camera around and make sure I have everything framed up. It's super nice. I will occasionally use this with this mouthpiece. This guy is just fun to use if I want a first-person perspective of everything. It's good. Frees up my hands to get some footage of, get some behind the scene. I don't know what I'm trying to say, man. And then I use it on top of my water housing, like such. And actually one of the last goodies that I use, I just picked up a bunch of these recently, is this little nose clamp. It's for swimming, it's not for diving, but it puts just enough pressure on your nose to keep the water from going in if you're upside down underwater without a mask. Sometimes you just don't want the mask in a shot because it looks more ethereal. Is that the right word? It looks more surreal, something like that. That's it guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative, I hope it was helpful. If you have questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I'll put a link to my Instagram if you want to see the results that you can get with this specific setup. Otherwise, have a great day. Go get outside. It's raining for me, but I'll probably still get outside anyway. Go do that. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, joy, whatever the hippies say. The next most important thing is the water housing of choice, which for me is the Icolite for the 5D Mark IV, obviously, because that's the camera that I just showed you.